All right, we are going to talk today about your people opportunities when it comes to offline marketing. So let's go into your client tracker and let's look through. Now, the people opportunities are things that are simply for you love to engage people. You like to be hands-on, you like to have conversations, you like to get to know people, and you just love, love, love people. Well, let's look at these here. So the first opportunity is vendor booths. Now, vendor booths, what you're doing there is you're going to get a booth at a fair, an expo, a boutique, a farmer's market. It's somewhere where you pay to get the space. Those booths I've seen range anywhere between $50. I've even done one as low as $25. If you do upwards of $2,000. And what is going to determine the price is how many people will be attending the event and how niched of a market is it. So for example, if it's a farmer's market and just any old person can come through, you're probably going to end up paying less than if it was, for example, a booth that was like a technology booth for engineers. You know, that's very specific and it's exactly their demographic, so you'll end up paying more. So the pros of a vendor booth is that you're going to meet a lot of people and you're going to be able to lead generate. It's important to understand that vendor booth's primary function is lead generation. You're going to meet a lot of people, you're going to collect a lot of information, and there is a lot of follow-up to do afterwards. If you're going to a vendor booth with the intention to sell a lot of product, that's where I find people get disappointed in the vendor booths. Because if you have a product that's easily purchasable, like you sell jewelry or you sell purses or something where people can come in and they can kind of shop with you, then you will have good sales at a vendor booth. But if you don't do the follow-up, you are leaving money behind. And that's really important to remember. Now, if you don't have a shoppable product, let's say you have a health supplement where they're not going to see the benefits right away, or you have a service-based business, then vendor booths for you are 100% about lead generation. That is your focus. Get people's contact info so you can meet with them in a better setting later. It's really important to understand that follow-up to be very committed because these people after the vendor booth, they are bombarded by offers. They are bombarded with emails. And so you're going to have a really strong follow-up and nurture sequence in place. These are ones I would consider you're probably going to need to nurture. I would guess it's going to be similar to online leads where you're probably going to need to nurture them for 18 emails or so. I would also highly suggest that you need to get people on the phone. You must get people on the phone. And I do have a script that I use for vendor booth follow-up that I share with my clients. And so I'm happy to put that into your personal or into your AWC client tracker, and you can have that information there of a really successful vendor booth script. Okay, let's look at conversational networking next. So conversational networking, this is where we are out and about and we're meeting contacts as we're in line at the grocery store, as we're sitting on the plane next to somebody, as we're at the park with our children. This is a great free opportunity to meet people, and there are people everywhere, everywhere. My only caution for you is that you treat it as a supplement, not as your main way that you get leads. If every time you need people to work with, you got to get dressed up, leave the house, then it's going to be really challenging. It's very time consuming and it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Not everyone's personality is comfortable being that open with other people. So it's a very good, solid skill. I think everybody should own this skill because there are opportunities that pop up. A couple months ago, I was who runs conferences for dentists and orthodontists, and he books the speakers. Okay, that was a great opportunity for me to be able to use my conversational network skills and generate a contact out of that plane ride. However, it's not the most niched way because you don't always know who you're getting. So this is definitely conversational networking. Is I would look at it as let the conversations come up and be capable of converting conversations into leads. The next goal activity here, people-oriented opportunity, is referral programs. In referral programs, you are giving incentives to your clients to refer new business to you. The best leads come from referrals, and I really believe every business should have a strong referral program. The reason I don't want you to put all your eggs in this one basket is because it's in someone else's hands, and there will be ebb and flow. So you'll have seasons where you're getting great referrals from your clients. You'll have other seasons where not so much. You want to be able to have consistency in your lead flow. So I recommend get a referral program, talk about it often, make sure everyone knows it, and then you can move forward from there and start getting that consistency coming. The last people program that I have on here is sponsoring events. This is where you actually need to sponsor an event in exchange for advertising. And you'll get all of the benefit vendor, plus you're going to get additional visibility, which could include speaking time, it could include extra perks, it could include things like having hosting the red carpet or sponsoring a dinner that they're doing for the top participants. There's a lot of different ways that sponsorship can play out, but what it allows you to do is to really get in there with your ideal market. Never sponsor an event that is not your ideal market, but it allows you to really get in there and get some hands-on interaction with. I would say the only con of sponsoring an event is that it could be cost prohibitive for a small business. Sometimes those sponsorship packages are $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000. And if you're looking at sponsoring like a huge expo, I don't even know, that could be $50,000. So there's definitely a good amount of cash that goes into that, and you'll want to make sure that you're being wise. A lot of times for small businesses, you'll get what you need out of just the vendor level. Okay, those people opportunities for your offline marketing. So if you love to connect with people, this is probably one area where you're going to want to choose one or two things that you'd like to do to connect with your ideal clients. All right, thanks everyone.